Hello, welcome to this brand new series here on the channel of building a members area with Velo by weeks. That's right, with Velo by weeks, okay? Building a members area using Velo by weeks, okay? This is not building a members area with that members area weeks app in the app market in weeks. No, okay, it is not that, okay, that is not customizable at all, okay, that is not customizable at all. Now this is harder, but I like doing hard things, right? And yeah, see, and it's not just because of that, because if it was the same as adding the members area app, then I would have preferred on the members area. But this is most customizable. Like you can add your own company logo. You can basically do whatever you want here, okay? So one option to add it, okay, add the members area little app there. Just go to the app market and search there for members area. But that's not a good idea. I mean, the better idea, if you have time and wanna just sit here on your computer doing this, that will look great at the end, then this series is for you. In this series, I'm going to show you how to add a members area in Velo by how to create a members area in Velo by weeks with sign up form, with login form, with profile, with edit profile, and all of those great things. Great. Okay, but before starting this video, I want to tell you that I did a website where you can have more subscribers on your YouTube channel. That website's link will be in the description of this video. You just put there your YouTube channel's name, your YouTube channel's description, and your YouTube channel's URL. You click a little button there, and then your YouTube channel will be shared in the website. You can also explore other people's YouTube channel by clicking the Explore People's YouTube channel button. And the best part of it is that the website is multilingual. So you can see it in many languages there. So you can see it in English, you can see it in Spanish, you can see it in Chinese, you can see it in Russian, you can see it in Japanese, you can see it in Portuguese. And yeah, many of those languages. So in part 1, so that will be in the description of this video as I just said. Okay, so in part 1, I will be showing you how to add a sign-up form. A custom sign-up form, of course using Velo by weeks, because all of these great things here on this brand new series here on the channel will be using Velo by weeks. So, I already have done everything here for the sign up form, but I'm gonna show you everything that I have to do to make this possible. So, you decide this part, okay? You wanna add a Lightbox sign up. Do you want to add a sign up Lightbox? And before telling you this, I'm going to tell you that adding a sign up form is the most important part of adding a members area in Velo by weeks. Why is this? Well, because without a sign up form, you can absolutely not add a members area, of course, because the sign-up form was collects the data from the member, puts it into a great database, and all of those great things there. Okay, so now I'm gonna tell you what I was gonna tell you. So, okay, so for adding you decide if you wanna add a sign up Lightbox or a sign up page. For me, I just added a sign up Lightbox. Now you can add a sign up page too. Okay, so to add a sign up, so the process if you add a sign up Lightbox or a sign up page is the same. The only thing that is different is how you add the Lightbox and how you add the page. So if you choose to add a page, then you need to go to menus and pages, there to side menu and click add page. And then just put the name there to sign up, register, or anything you want to call it. And then here you need to do the process, which is the same as in the Lightbox. I'm just gonna delete this because I have already adding a Lightbox, right? So that's what adding a page looks like. Now, this is how adding a Lightbox looks like. Just go to menus and pages, go there to Lightboxes, go to add Lightbox. It will take you to this little thing there. And then you have many templates for the Lightbox. So we have for a welcome Lightbox, for a subscribe Lightbox, for a promotion Lightbox, or for a contact Lightbox. I know maybe you're wondering, oh no, we don't have for a sign up Lightbox, but that's totally okay because any of those welcome, subscribe, promotion, or contact Lightboxes, you can convert them into a sign up Lightbox. Okay, so now you have to start building this. Okay, either if it is a page, either if it is a Lightbox, doesn't matter where you make it, just make it. Okay, so what I did first is I added a text. What's that text? Of course, a text that says sign up, so that people know that they are in the sign up Lightbox. Okay, to add a text, just go to add, go to text, and I guess you already know how to do that because that's something very basic of Wix. And then what I did, which is the most important part of making a sign up Lightbox, a sign up form, is that I added these two input fields. So what are these two input? I added 4 input fields. I'm very sorry, I got very confused here. So I added 4 input fields. So how can you add an input field? Those input fields are to collect data from someone. And yeah, to just submit a form of any type of form. So I just added for my sign up for first name, last name, email, and password. You can add many others too, like phone number, address, and all of those things too. The only ones that you need to put there that are obligatory are the email and the password, the first name, the last name, the phone number, and all of those, and the username, and all of those other things there are totally optional. What you need to have is email and password. I decided to add first name and last name just so that the first name and the last name is shown on the profile, okay? But that's totally optional. So to add input fields, well, I have a video of how to add input fields, but I'm gonna just show it to you again because it is a little bit like you need to put some specific settings if you're building a sign-up form. So to add some input fields, you just go to add, you go down there to input, and for this example, I choose to use this little input there. Okay? All of these are text inputs, okay? They're not either text box, either rich text, either radio buttons, either check boxes, either drop downs, either selection text, date and time, slider, upload buttons, ratings, address input, switch, signature input, reCAPTCHA. None of those things. Only text input. Any text input, but only text input. It can be any of these. Now maybe you're like thinking like, oh, I don't like how these designs are made. I want to make a different type of design. I hate this type of design here. I don't like it at all, okay? Then don't worry because you can just get any of these text inputs there and design them however you want. What you need to do is click on them, go to design, go to customize design, and just go to fill coloring opacity. You can change the fill coloring opacity, you can change the border, the corner, the shadow, the text, and all of those things. For this, I added 4, as I said, so just add for text inputs if you want to add 4 just as me. If not, just add 2 for the email and password, or add 5, whatever you want there. The only ones that are obligatory, as I just said, are the email and the password, okay? So here I have first name. I went to settings, and since it is first name, I set the type to text. Then I set the placeholder text to first name. I put this field to be required. Now we have the last name. So I went to settings, I set the type to text because last name is text. I put the placeholder text to last name. This field is required, I just put. Now I did the email. So the type is email because it is email. Now the placeholder text, I put email and I put this field is required. Now we also have password. So I went to settings. I put the type to password since it is password. The placeholder text, I put the type to password. I put there that this field was required. And of course, a very important part that you need to do after adding all these text and all these inputs there is add the sign up button. If you don't know how to add a button, it is very easy. You just need to go to add, go down to button, go up to bottom because that's up, not down. And for this design that I did of that little button there, I started with this blue button there. You see it's very different, and that's because I changed a lot of the design. So to add it, just go to add, as I said, go to button, and just drag and drop any button there. Well, not any button. I got it wrong. Either it can be either a theme button, a text and icon button, and an icon button. Nothing else. You cannot use any of those. So I just started with the blue one, as I said. I changed it a little bit because I changed the text. I changed the text font. I changed the color and all of those things. You can change them right there. Okay. And now that we have added the inputs and the add button, now we have the code. That code will be in the description of this video. The link to get that code will be in the description of this video, okay? So here we have the code. Just gonna go there to maximize. And here we have the code. So there it says import Wix users from Wix users. So that's gonna import Wix users from Wix users. Import Wix location from the Wix location. That's gonna import the location of this form, of this code, all of those things to the location. Now we have their $W already function. That's because they're adding a function. What's that function? Well, here it says, when the sign up button is clicked, let the function email is equal to email value, password is equal to password value, first name is equal to first name value. I forgot to put value. I got confused. Value. And dot value. Okay, there we have it. Now it's good. Okay, I forgot to put value there. That's very important so that they know that that is the value. Now it says when Wix users register email, password, first name, and last name, then they will send the Wix location to any page on your website. I just put home. For this example, I put it to be sent to this little home page there. So now that I have explained you what the code means, now I'm gonna show you how to make the code. Well, it is in the description of this video. Just copy and paste it there. Copy and paste a code snippet from the EggWebTut code snippets block. Very easy, right? Well, but it's not only that, because you will have to change many things on your code. So here, this is one part that you have to change. Sign up button. So it says there the ID of the sign up button, okay? So maybe you don't have the ID of the sign up button set to sign up button. Maybe you have it set to something else. So to change it, you'll have to change it from another place to here. So what's that other place? Well, just click on the sign up button, maximize the code, and then I set the ID to sign up button so it's equal here. Like for example, I'm gonna change this to dog. Now we see it has a red dot and it says sign up button is not a valid selector. That's because we don't have the correct ID that is set for the sign up button. So since we have it changed to dog there, then we have to change this there to dog too. Let's see with cat. Okay, so I'm just gonna set the ID to cat. It says that the dog is not a valid selector, and that's because we don't have this change to cat just as here. So to change it to cat, you just need to put there cat, and that's it. We have it now good. But I'm just gonna change this there to sign up button as I had it before. So I'm just gonna put sign up button. It says cat is not a valid selector. That's because we have changed it to sign up button. So let's change it there again to sign up button. And now we have it correct. Here it says let email. Here is the ID of the email input. Okay. Here is the ID of the email input. So, The ID, you get it from there, just as the other one. So we have there the ID set to email. Now if we change it to, I'm just gonna put there, what can I put? I'm just gonna change it to water. I'm gonna change this to water. Now if we click on it, it says email is not a valid selector. That's because we have to change this to water too. The same as the sign up button. I am just gonna leave this at email so that it does not confuse me. I recommend you to set something that you remember, because then if not, then you will just forget it, right? Forget that that was the selector for the email. The same with the sign up button, right? So you can change this to whatever you want, but you have to change it there too, the same as the sign up button, right? You can change this to whatever you want. You can change this to candy. You can change this to chicken. You can change this to anything, okay? So we also have the same with password. Let's try changing this to, I run out of names here, so I'm just gonna put your example and that's it. It said password is not a valid selector, and that's because we have to change this to example 2. And now it's correct. I'm just gonna change this to password again so that I can recognize this. I'm gonna change the ID again here to password. That's it. We also have first name. So we have the ID there set to first name. What about if we change it? I'm just gonna put there hello. Then it says first name is not a valid selector, and that's because we have to change this to hello. I am just gonna leave this as first name just as before. I'm gonna change that to first name too so that I could recognize it. Now let's do last name. So we have that there set to last name. Let's change it to, I'm just gonna put there, I am just gonna put there, what can I put? Computer. Then it says last name is not a valid selector, and that's because we have to change this to computer too. I am gonna change this to last name again so that I don't get a little bit confused here. Now something else that you do not have to change, but you can change it if you want. This one you do not have to change it either. You just have to change the IDs here so that they correspond to the code, because before you change it, you wouldn't have that there already. You just have to change it to that so that it's equivalent to the code, so it's the same as the code and all of those things. Now another thing that you may want to change is this lead email thing. So we have their lead email, and that email is the same selector than this one. So let's for example change this to let's just put there let hello. Then it says that that email is not defined. That's because we have to change this to hello too. I'm just gonna leave this at email so that I can recognize it. I'm gonna change this to email too. I'm not gonna repeat this with another one. I think that's okay. It's the same with the password. If you change it here, you have to change it there too. It's the same with the first name. If you change it here, you have to change it there too. And it's the same with the last name. If you change it here, you have to change it there too. Now, something too that is really important is that if you add another field here, one of your phone number, right? Then you have to add another line of this too for the phone number. Let's do an example here. So just copy the code from that one, put it down there, and let's just change this to let phone number, and here we put the ID for the phone number. I'm just gonna put their phone number even though it does not exist because I did not put a phone number field in mine. It is not a valid selector, but I'm just gonna put it like that so that you understand it, because if you had a phone number then you will get it, right? So we have the phone number, all of those things. Now, here on this week's user register, we need to add the phone number 1 too. So, I'm just gonna put their phone. You need to put the same little selector that you put for this one in that one too. So it verifies it at the same phone number. So we put their phone number. This is an error, as I said before, because it is not like a good one. I mean, it's not like a real one. I'm just gonna delete that phone number thing there. I'm gonna delete that code for the phone number there. Remember, if you add another field, you have to add it there and there too. And all of those things as I just explained. Now another thing that you may want to change to is this little thing that says there, when they have registered, then when they click the sign up button, then which location to. So it sends the which location to where? Well, it sets the which location to a page, to a slug of a page. I just put there for this example home, the home page. So how do you get the slug of that page that you want? So you just need to go there to the side menu and click the 3 periods on the page that you want it then to be redirect them to. Now you're gonna go to settings. You're gonna go there to SEO Google. And now copy that. Now let's go back to the Lightbox. And now you need to paste it there. For this example, as I said before, I use the home page for them in order to be redirect them to. Here, as you see, you can change the ID of the Lightbox too, but that doesn't have to be anything with the sign up form. I don't even know why I said it. Now, when you have finished making your sign up form, then 2 databases will automatically be created. They're a little bit hidden, so how can you see them? Well, of course, you have to have developer mode for all of those things. If you haven't had it on, then I don't know. Yeah, of course, you have to have developer mode on. We're doing this in Velo by weeks. I hope you're sure of it. So, you need to go there to databases, and it's kind of hidden there. You cannot see it anywhere. You just need to click members, and here to databases will automatically be created. So we have the budgets database, and we also have the private member database. So, first I'm going to show you the private members database, where all the private member stuff will be shown there. So I'm just gonna click on it. And here we have private members data. So here we have their login email, we have their name, We have their first name, their last name, their picture, their profile picture, their nickname, their slug, their language, their status. We have the last login date. We have the emails. We have the main phone. We have this phones thing. We have this groups thing. And we have this contact ID thing. Okay, we have all that there. Here we have also the budgets database. So if we click on budgets, here we have the description of the badge. If you don't know what the badge is like something that members win. I'm not gonna show you this right now usually because right now we're not doing badge, okay? I may do another video of how to make a badge for the members, but right now, no, okay? So, another thing that is optional but that is important, I think it would be a great idea to do it too. It's here on the private members data thing. There you have like or actually no, just forget about what I was saying. Yeah, now we have finished doing this, right? And now that I have told you how to add a sign up Lightbox there to your Wix website, to your members area there on Velo by Wix. Now, usually before ending this video, I want to tell you that once a member signs up, you will be notified in your Wix dashboard. Also, on your Wix dashboard, there is a thing where you can see a list of your members. Also, I want to tell you that I have done a bunch of the videos of this topic before, but this one is a little bit more advanced, and I tell you some more things that I haven't tell you in other videos of this topic. You see, even the time is longer here on this video than in other videos of this same topic. And now, yeah, this was all the video.